everyone, this is Sandra. I have my hot cup of coffee here. I just woke up this morning, bald-faced me. I hope you're having a good start of your day today. I'm sorry, I just have to have one sip. Very good. Do you know I got a package yesterday that I had sent away for? I had something repaired. Do you remember in the 1980s, and I have it here right with me, Maui gym? Well, I was going through my things the other day, and quite honestly, I didn't realize that I hadn't given them away, or I brought them with me from New Jersey. I didn't remember. But look, Maui gym sunglasses. And one of the lenses was missing. It had fallen out. So I contacted them, and I sent them back to them. I think they are, I don't know where they are, Illinois or someplace now, but they were in Maui in Hawaii when I first got them. But look, I have new sunglasses now. My Maui gym sunglasses from the 1980s. And they sent me this pretty little thing all wrapped up, the lens wipe all wrapped up nice. It looks like it's a Hawaiian pattern in there. But these are my Maui gym sunglasses from the 1980s. I guess they're vintage now, but they really are great. I mean, they really protect my eyes from the sun. If the sun ever comes out, it's been raining here for off and on for probably 2 weeks, but that's what the summer brings to us here in South Beach. So that is my beginning talk because I was so excited. When I first got these glasses, my husband and I went on a trip to Solvang, California, the German town there. It was really a lot of fun with all the German pancakes and the music. But we were in a hotel, and I carelessly threw my sunglasses on the bed, and wouldn't you know, he sat on them, so I broke them. And they were rather new, so I contacted Maui Gym, and I sent them to them thinking that they might repair them, but they sent me a brand new pair of glasses. But they were still under warranty, so that was really, really good. Anyway, that's my Maui Gym story for this morning. I made a video last week that I'm going to upload the end of this week. And it's going to be talking about aging and our fears of aging. And doing my research combined with my own personal thoughts, I discovered there are 5 things that women are really afraid of in aging. And I just kind of tried to look at those and think if maybe they're really true, because are those the 5 things I worry about? And before I say that, I found out also that men have 5 things that they worry about that are not like us at all. So we truly are Venus and Mars. But anyway, the 5 things that they talked about, they said we're worrying about being invisible, and I've talked about that before. They're worried about being alone, and they also think about maybe being dependent upon other people for their care. That's something that they are concerned about. They're concerned about illness, especially cancer. But the one thing that I read really shocked me, because this is what I have been worried about primary in my whole adult life. And I keep telling my children this, and they laugh at me. But it really is true. We are the sum of our life experiences, aren't we? So I think that's why I really have this fear. But I was so interested to find out that I'm not the only one who has this fear. Do you know what? And this is the honest to gosh truth. I am not kidding you. I have always been afraid of winding up being a bag lady. And that's really true. That is the biggest fear that I have growing older. But I think it may have come from when my husband was killed and I had to go back to work and actually give up my anchor job and give up my job in television. It took me a whole year to find a job. I had a mortgage, I had 3 children. I had very little money in savings because I depended upon my husband to handle all the money, and he didn't do a good job because he was mentally ill and I didn't know it. He hadn't been paying the mortgage. He was behind on so many things. So not only was it a shock to me to have him be murdered, but I was practically financially destitute, and I had to scramble for my livelihood. And the fact that I had never done anything in my whole life except work in television. So getting a job in the private sector was so hard, because when I sent out my resume to people, they said, "Oh, what's wrong with her? She was an anchor woman. Why does she want to work in a regular job?" Well, it finally worked out. I'll put my links below to my story, so if you don't know about me, you can read my history. But I think that year period of time was so traumatic for me that I'll never get over it. And I really believe that. So I was extremely surprised to hear that there are other women who have that fear. But it quite possibly could be that if we're alone, we feel like we have no one to care for us, be responsible for us if we have a crisis. Or if we are married, sometimes maybe our husbands handle the finances and we feel like we don't have control over our lives. I don't know just exactly what it is for other people. Maybe you can tell me, but I honestly, that's the biggest fear I have ever had in my life, is that I'm going to wind up and be a bag lady. It's true. So no matter how comfortable I am financially, in the back of my head, that time when I was really scratching and struggling to survive with my 3 children, it's never left me. You know, I try to let it go, but it's still there. So let's hope it doesn't happen. Anyway, to get back to what I really was thinking about, is that I was so surprised that that is one of the 5 things that women have on their mind when they think about aging and the fear of aging. But in my video that I'm putting up, I really talk more in depth about other things that all of us are concerned about. So thank you for my impromptu chat. I think I'm being overwhelmed by the street cleaners behind us. You know, I can't beat them. You know, so I guess I have to join them. Have a wonderful day. Be good to yourself and be kind to someone today throughout your travels. And of course, share the love. That's always really important. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you probably on Friday. Have a good